financial change that is happening across this planet Earth. Teaching financial literacy would come for free, and at first they was a little shy, right? They was able to participate in workshops, and I was able to spend some direct time just answering their questions and teaching them, and that was my favorite part of the whole thing. That was my favorite part. My favorite part of the whole entire show, right, is the young minds having questions about the future. I asked them did they want to be streamers, because in the U.S., 80% of the children are saying that they want to be streamers and YouTubers. None of them raised their hand. First young brother said, I want to be an AI engineer so that I can help businesses automate engineering and install it in their companies. I'm like, that's a very well thought out plan, because those are the companies making 6 to 7 figures. Some of them making that a month, right? So what we want to do is sponsor students on every trip that we take, right? Every tour and every stop that we do, and eventually just do a full, for the youth tour. You know what I mean? Getting their minds, creating the future leaders, preparing these young men, because these young men are lost out here. This island 15 years ago, Minister Farrakhan was delivering a message to Bermuda's youth about the gun violence that was happening in that territory. Today, the little brothers of those same men that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was trying to reach are still outside killing each other, killing mothers. You understand me? And so we even had an unfortunate event where, we went to a soccer game and there was a fight, and then the police pulled us over because they got some new statute in law that they must check everybody that's coming through that space. And so when I come to any place, I can never just teach financial literacy. I have to focus on raising the consciousness of that place, right? And I don't think we even realize the impact that our presence has in these spaces, because sometimes we get nihilistic about the future, that nothing that we do matters. And that is the most dangerous attitude to have on the planet Earth. Once you get that, you're worthless to the planet. I'm gonna be honest with you. That moment you start thinking, man, but nothing's gonna change, you have become the enemy of progress, because then you stop contributing to things that really matter. And sometimes just showing up, meeting the people, doing things for the people, you understand me, is what matters. Because what we have to do, and even what Assata Shakur was talking about, is we stop being human beings to each other, living in the same buildings, and stop talking. We stop having neighbor networks. I'm traveling from LA to Bermuda and New York. These are some of the most expensive places on the planet Earth, quite literally. And you end up having to spend so much because people don't know each other. You can't ask people for things, can't ask people for rides, can't ask people for places to stay, to borrow things anymore. They disconnected human beings, destroyed communities, right? So that we can be greater consumers of capitalism. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. And so we had a message of wellness and wanted to bring back wellness festivals there, because 86% of the island is obese. That's not a good thing. High rate of amputees, but they living in paradise. But the import and export game they can't control because somebody else has monopolized the industry. But what I'm saying is the people there also have such a unique blend of energy, right? It's a very calm energy. And sometimes, living on the island, you feel like you don't need anything. So maybe a lot of times the aspirations are not there. So coming in there and raising that self-worth and that deservingness, so that you have this sovereignty over yourself, and expelling the idea of this British colonization of your island completely out of everything in your reality, is the key. So we had a really good conversation that was allowing us to really, shout out to my brother Blue Pill, really being able to go over AI, over Bitcoin, over the future emergence of consciousness, right? Over creating community spaces as well, because one of the young ladies asked a great question after hearing parts of my speech, and she said, given that I was telling them about my brand Supermind and how coffee spaces were these spaces of intellect where people could gather, and this would allow it to have renaissances and revolution. And she said, well, and you had a place, right, to be able to contribute. And she like, well, I heard you talk about those spaces, but how, given that they don't exist anymore, how do we create them? Where do we go, given that they're not here? And, we did an experiment right there in real time. And, we say, listen, your generation or generation that has to create it. But then we asked the crowd, if she had the nonprofit, how many people would fund it? Now everybody raised their hand to see what they would do. Now we get to follow up to see if there's action taking place. Now what we're doing is a system that we can build for everywhere that we go, having a digital nation network. So therefore, none of these things stay as ideas. They're empowered by systems, and people can actually plug into that system, right? And commit to the economic blueprint of actually producing things into real life. But it starts with a highly community. And where we're going across the planet Earth, we're creating these highly aligned communities of people with the same mission, vision, and values, so those individuals into collective action. So Bermuda is a beautiful place. The water is I just love the gratitude, man. The gratitude is immense. And I don't know, y'all know, man, this is challenging. This work is highly challenging. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to build community, first of all. And especially in the way that we're doing it, because we're not doing it in an exploitive manner. If we do it in an exploitive manner, you making full profit all day. But when you want to create genuine connection with the people, you have to work with the people, you have to work within people's budgets, right? You know, it's a lot that goes into it. Kids, and this is how lost we are as a society. I see people giving up their rent money to go to NBA YoungBoy concerts. And on the other end, we're fighting to create financial literacy festivals. I think that's mind-boggling that somebody will give up their check money to go to a concert, and you can fill that up with 40,000 people. But it just shows you how hip-hop, how the tech companies, how the government, how the institutions, how they destroyed the mind of the people, right? It's so low that we don't desire enough for ourselves and to match alignment with that desire. So, you know, all blueprints that we create and that we're a part of, and the collectives that we're part of, man, it's a lot of challenging work. But I use the word challenging on purpose because I don't want to say the word hard, you know. But a man is supposed to challenge himself. A real woman is supposed to challenge herself so that you can grow, because without challenge, there's no growth. So in order to grow the culture, you must challenge the culture. You must challenge yourself all the way around. So now it's about taking the tools that were taught and then executing that into action. So we're now made our way to Brooklyn, and I'll be sharing more of the story, the documentation, the process, the things that I learned out there, the rich history I learned out there. That's probably the greatest thing, is like collecting the stories, the knowledge, the information, the perspective, and then sharing that into a comprehensive ability to be able to nation build. Because that is the name and order of the day: nation building, right? Sovereignty, you understand me? Renaissance, radical renaissance, not regular renaissance, radical renaissance, right? A rebirthing into a higher cycle, because there's no time, there are just cycles. And once we understand that, we can break them into a new one. So, you know, make sure that if you're in New York, comment tour so you can be a part of this cycle, right? As y'all can see what's going on in the world, they're not playing. They're pushing their agenda because they want to rule and continue to rule. And if we want to rule, and that means that we must be on the offense and not the I'm in awe of our people, and I realize that it really just take effort. Nah, the show is on the 1st. We come into UK on the 1st, but everybody must get their tickets early to make sure that show happens. So we don't have to push it back. So, yeah, I know we say that, but we got to put real action to fire. But I'm in extreme gratitude, man. The Team Illumina Fest, it was beautiful, beautiful. But it's great to see these things start off as conversations and see them flourish and blossom behind that. You understand me? But I just realized that, man, with effort, we can do all things. Sometimes our people just start believing that we don't care. Mr. Divine, this one is a special one. This one got to be custom ordered and made. But a lot of time our people just start thinking we caring and we don't put enough effort into doing things. So even having that conference, that one wouldn't have been successful if somebody had the mindset to do it, then implement it, and then the people say, oh, I did enjoy this. Oh, I do like this. Oh, wait a minute, I do need this information. Oh, I needed to be in that room with that energy. Oh, there are other like minds, right? Now it becomes conversation, it becomes narrative in the mind. I seen a post today, they said that the right are better at storytelling than the left. The problem with this whole left and right thing, first of all, it's false because it's about light versus dark. Neither side can represent the light, so they'll just tell you directions to keep you lost. But they were correct. Storytelling is the key to winning a war. You understand me? Of life, of culture, of everything. And so being able to story tell, utilizing our media, utilizing our platforms, through our ability to create these, what we call content, but we're creating stories. And we're sharing those stories. We're telling oral history, recorded history, right? And we're getting into the narratives of the mind of the people, right? So as they're making revolutions in their mind, thinking about this, we're creating new patterns that's breaking the cycles that people are living on because they're stuck, right, with a story in their mind that they're not enough. And what we're trying to do is impose upon you the perfect belief of who you are. So listen, go check my stories out. Make sure y'all comment on the post that I just made. You understand me? I want to hit more islands, showcase the beauty of these islands, the beauty of our people, the history, create movements in these spaces, right? And find out particularly what the people need. Because that's what we do when we travel around, man. We able to really listen to the people. Because sometimes you can go to a place and you can corporatize your message and evergreen it, and you just start saying the same things everywhere you go, thinking that's what the people need. Well, if you don't listen to the needs of the people, you never know what they actually need. You understand me? So we go there, I want to know what's happening in the hood. I want to know what's happening in the politics. You feel me? The premier, who some people have problems with, he met and pulled up on us, right? His opponent was there. You understand me? And we stay above the politics because I'm all for the will of the people. So whatever is going to be good for the people is what I'm for. But it's great to actually see those people understand the value of this influence, the value of this community, the value of the narratives and stories that's happening. And no matter what position you are in, you need to be involved in what we're doing. Because what we're doing is for the people. And it's by the people. So I can't wait to go back, man. And we building out an incredible nation. We building out some incredible things. And I appreciate y'all continuing to tap in. You feel me? So anyway, I'm about to get back to it. I have a lot of work to do as we're preparing for this next show. We have some technology that we're working to roll out. We're working to roll out a new network platform for our media and our storytelling ability. So please support that. And I know a lot of you all was wondering as well if the bundle pack will come back. And I was looking at, because when we was there and we was teaching everything, I told people that we cannot, go over everything now, but where's the follow-up? Where's the steps of action that they can learn more? Because you get like an hour to talk to people. That's never enough. So a lot of you all probably already have the bundle pack. You understand me? But that one has all the lessons that I ever taught. essentially, about the crypto, about the blockchain, about AI, about philosophy, about mentality, learning how to learn. You understand me? The free ebook. And so I'll send that link out to the Bermudians so that they can get access to it, which is typically, somewhere around $400 as we bundled that pack. But we just gonna do it in the next 24 hours. So as I give them access, I'm just gonna give everybody access. So if you comment, well, actually, let me make sure that he actually changed it, because it still might be at the higher price. But comment the word bundle, or DM me the word bundle, because I was looking at gold price today. Gold is at an all new high. You understand me? And it's going to continue to go up and up and up. And every single day you don't understand, you don't take advantage of it. And then it's going to get to a future place where you go look up gold will be 10,000. You're like, damn, where was I? And you keep holding your value into dollars. You understand me? You go look up crypto, Bitcoin is at 110. One day it's going to be at 200,000. You're going to be like, man, why didn't I just dollar cost average? Why didn't I use the fat lady strategy? Why didn't I study tokenomics? AI, people are going to be mastering it. We have people that we've helped create entire businesses on AI, help them implement it. And you're going to be looking up like, damn, man, I wish I would have got started sooner. Now everybody is ahead of me, and now I can only hire them, and I have limited understanding as if they're even doing it right for me. You feel me? Like when we did the AI challenge, I can't tell you how many businesses we created. I can't tell you how many authors that we've created, but it's hundreds. You feel me? So, Sister Antonio Navarro, I don't know why you would make that particular, statement. I don't know why you would make that particular statement. Because it has nothing at all to do with me. You understand me? And I think it's a backhanded compliment. You know what I mean? Like, it don't even make sense. So please don't make a statement like that anymore. I would really just think about that, especially as somebody who's doing the whole entire tour in Black America. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I can rock with my Bermudians one time. And we on the internet, so we're gonna be global regardless. You feel me? Part of the reason the island wanted us to come there in the first place is because we're global, right? We can bring global influence to a place to where the world is watching. So you actually want to be a benefit globally because it allows you to do things locally as well when you get more resources to help your people. You dig? So never limit someone on what their capabilities are.
They be showing love overseas though, man. You gotta step it up.
They be showing love.
You gotta step it up.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. And this is my advice for everybody. Go where the love is. Don't go where the hate is. Anywhere there is hate, if people hating on you, stay away from them. They don't deserve you. You understand me? I don't think you should. I'm not that one guy that used to go to the Klans rallies and he was fighting for friendship and trying to get them to get out the Klan rallies. I'm not that guy. I'm going to go where the love is. You understand me? I love my people and I'm going to go where the people love me. You got to be careful going where you hate it and going where people hate on you. You feel me? So all across the planet Earth, I remember Farrakhan did a Global Friends tour. You understand me? Like, yeah, we gonna do one of those too. You feel me? Like, we finding our friends, our family, our tribe globally on this planet Earth. I'm a traveler. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be in Turkey doing some wellness activation. We're gonna be in, we got a trip planned out. We can only bring a couple of people with us. Ghana and Nigeria.
My people.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. Niger.
It's not aggression. I just didn't like the way that you worded that. You say, I love what you're doing, but focus on Black Americans. Like, I'm literally headed to a show in Brooklyn. You understand me, on the 1st. So I don't understand how that fits into what I'm doing whatsoever, when anybody that watches my platform know that that's my primary audience. You feel me? So you should love to see the audience grow. You should love to see the campaign grow. You should love to see the diaspora grow, right? Because I'm a bridge that's going to connect our people all across the planet Earth. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, I'm going to Nigeria. So it's going to be great. Inshallah, we get to go to Ethiopia at the same time. And I'm talking to some other African countries to pull up as well. But I started this brand off, and Amechi will tell you, when I first started and told him my plans, I said I'm going to go across the planet. You understand me? That it was going to be the global thing of bringing enlightenment to our people. That's always been the way, always, right? So what I look at is a nation of people that are highly aligned. My people are the people that are aligned with my same mission, vision, and values. Because I know a lot of brown skin, but not within. You feel me? I know I know some black people who rock with evil. You know what I'm talking about? They manipulated by the data, so they turn to MAGA. You know what I'm saying? They love Trump more than they love Farrakhan. You know what I mean? It ain't the same. It ain't the same. So no, I'm focused on a highly aligned community. I want to make this clear. I am not trying to make unity with everybody on the planet Earth. Only those who are highly aligned can join the high-level nation. You know what I'm talking about? So, peace to the gods. Like, think about this. There are some of you all that are mourning Charlie Kirk. You think that I'm trying to save those black people? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Some of you lost your goddamn mind. But he got conservative values, but he's a Christian. Okay. Listen, man. If Jesus was to come back, he'd be a dark-skinned Palestinian man from the Middle East that was revolutionary, trying to go against the elites in the empire. I don't think y'all will rock with him. I just don't think. So just imagine that he came over here talking crazy about the West. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Instead of understanding the class consciousness that's happening on this planet, which is people versus the power, not the people versus the people. Charlie died because he was a racist, white supremacist, right? And he was insecure because he could not compete with black men in the realm of intellect, right? And physicality, right? And nothing at all. He died because he was weak. Because when you live a life where you hate on black people all day and you build a platform, there was nothing special about that man. There was nothing special about that man. He was just a devil that was funded by other devils to do their bidding. His own wife ain't even mourning him. She up there running his podcast, you understand me, and running them profits. You watch hours of his podcast, that means that you were then brainwashed into his beliefs. We are not the same, I'm sorry. He didn't argue with grown men, he argued with little kids. He argued with people. Show me a time he sat with somebody of great intellect and had a debate. He did not. And when he did, he was stumped. He argued with lies. He spoke ill upon the dead repeatedly. He is not a man deserving of respect. So, y'all have to take the Jigaboo, Coon, woe is me, Master died, so is me, somewhere else. Nah, this in the world that we live in, a lot of people don't know how to just pick a true side. You know what I'm saying? It's light versus dark, and that man worked for the other side. Sometimes you have a common enemy, so you're going to figure out things that work for you, but you have to be careful who ultimately the allegiances ally with. So even when you have a common enemy, two enemies might link up for a moment. They might see eye to eye. They might have something in the middle ground that they can agree on. It doesn't mean that they are friends. You have to be careful, because so if that one enemy was out the space, they'd be trying to knock you down. And they were so busy trying to knock the black man off his square, worrying about our upliftment, worrying about our uprising. Didn't realize Didn't realize that the snake will come from within. That's what he should have been preaching about. All these white terrorists. That's what he should have been preaching about. But when you're paid by the elites, you don't speak on the elites. And when he spoke on those elites, they shut his ass up. Now, we want to talk truth. I'll talk truth as well. I ain't got no problem with speaking no truth. That's what really happened. They shut him up. He spent, well, long as he was talking about black people, long as he was talking about black women, they ain't had no problem with him. Yeah, as long as he was sowing division, going into manipulating people with low intellect, low literacy rates on those campuses, as long as he was doing that, no problem. They funded that man to the tunes of tens of millions of dollars. He was a privileged young white man in America, mad because he couldn't make it into West Point. And that a black man, he felt like a black man took his space. All after that, he used his inadequacy and projected that onto others. You, Antonio, you're probably not black American, so you most likely would not understand in that. Because you cannot uplift the white race and then saying somebody else that's uplifting the black race. These are two different things, because white is a direct challenge to black, because white was created in opposition, right, of blackness. That's what it was created for. It was created to create a social class of people who have privilege over another. That's what it was created for. So there is no such thing as lifting the white race without downing black people. And until you understand that, then you are mixed. Yeah, there it is. You say you mix. I am mixed with black. Nah, it's not the same. It is not the same. I'm sorry. Once you had a black coffee, you know it's much stronger than a mixed coffee. It is watered down. We can't afford people who are in the middle that's confused about who they are. Can't afford that. I do not care about what white people consider. If you don't consider yourself black, then you're not. Don't tell me what white people consider you black. I don't want to hear that. Tell me about who you know you are. It's different. It's completely different. That is a confusion, because you don't know your place in the world. So you don't know where your loyalties lies, your allegiance lies. You don't know where your consciousness lies. Yeah, race is a social construct, but class isn't. And white is a class, not a race. Remember that? Anyway, those white people that's on here right now that's listening, that know that I'm speaking the truth, they not offended. Because they know that I'm speaking, and anytime a person is speaking truth, they're speaking from a place of love. Anytime somebody lying to you, misleading you, and avoiding truth, they're speaking from a place of fear or deceit. You know what I'm talking about? So y'all have a beautiful and a powerful day. Man, rest in peace to Assata Shakur. The only Charlie I acknowledge is Charlie Murphy. Peace to the family.